Only now is it making that transition, because before it was, you have acne, that's bad, get rid of it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassia and I'm sharing my skin journey online. I'm sharing my acne, my skin peeling, my stubborn hyperpigmentation, just to help you. I take skincare and sun care very seriously. So if that sounds like your thing, please subscribe down below, leave me a comment, give this video a like, however you want to show your support, I really appreciate it. And of course, it helps to be part of this community. Quick side note, I am here barefaced to talk about the Tretinoin Purge, but I definitely realise that I talk a lot more just about acne in general. So I hope you enjoy this chat, and I may as well just use this time to say feel free to check out my Instagram. I do a lot of skin content over there too. So I made a video 2 years ago now about Tretinoin purging and how it's not fun, and there was kind of an analogy in there to help you guys, support you guys. It has a lot of comments because a lot of people go through this. It's not a rare thing. It's fairly common. Not everybody purges with Tretinoin or with retinoids in general, but I did, and I did again this year when I came back to Tretinoin. So I was using Tretinoin for 9 months, had a break and started using Adapalene for a good year, and then now came back to Tretinoin and purged this time round. I wanted to share my honest experience with purging, really go into detail. This is going to be a long video, probably 10 minutes plus kind of video, so get comfortable. I will leave chapters down below if you want to really skip to a certain area. I'm here barefaced, of course, as I'm talking about skin and purging, and this is my skin right now. So if you're here, I'm going to assume that you already know what purging is. And I'm basically going to be talking about how it sucks. My personal opinion with regards to purging and your skin going backwards, and by going backwards I mean it gets a little bit worse before it gets better, right? And you hear that, but it's hard to deal with, especially when you don't know how much worse it's going to get, because it might get a little bit worse or it might get a lot more worse than you could have imagined. With my purging, the first time I ever used Tretinoin, I definitely think I played a role in that because my skin was irritated. Tretinoin irritates the skin. It's a side effect, right? Anyway, spin brush, acids. And I'm not saying that's what caused the purge. The purge is probably going to happen anyway, right? But I definitely gave it a stepping stone to make it more difficult than it needed to be. There's no guarantee that you're not going to purge. There's no guarantee that you will purge. There's no guarantee that it will be quick or when it will be over. It's up in the air, and those questions I can't answer. I can tell you what happened to me. The first time round, 2 months in, I pretty much started purging. This time round, this year when I used Tretinoin, I started purging within 2 weeks. I don't know what's different. I don't know why those differ. If anything, I was expecting to purge less or even not to purge at all because I've already done it, right? I've already purged, so how could this happen? But I also hear from people that go from 0.05 Tretinoin up to the 1% and they experience purging when they are making that transition. The way I think about that one is from 0.5 to 1%, you are likely to experience more irritation with the 1%. And obviously, irritation and acne pretty much go hand in hand. Purging is not fun, purging is not something we ask for, and it can really impact your mental health. So I have a video about if you are wanting to quit Tretinoin, and that just kind of, I wanted to create as a little guide that if you are thinking of it, have you tried these things? But ultimately, in conclusion, if you want to quit, you can. I know that Tretinoin is seen as the gold standard of skincare. It is, in fact, you know, it does amazing things. There's research to back it up. However, if you are struggling mentally, and you have been for months and months on end, and it's getting worse because you're using Tretinoin, then stop. I would 100% agree. That is actually why I stopped this year when, so I used the Tretinoin, I started purging, and I was like, do you know what, I can't do this right now. I'm not in the right frame of mind to be dealing with my skin getting worse and feeling shit about it, really. Now you might be thinking, well, I'm never going to be in a good headspace where I can accept everything and everything's going to be fine and dandy and I'm just going to be happy-go-lucky about about purging, but what I'm trying to say is versus a space where I am really down on myself, feeling just not great, and then I'm using the Tretinoin and it's not doing what I want it to do and I'm feeling worse, versus understanding that I'm in a stable place, I'm okay, my skin is not doing great, but I can deal with it. There are days where I deal with my skin not being so great to me. There are days where I don't. And if you have acne, I'm sure you can relate. Do you know what? Even if you don't, even if you have a perfectly clear skin and occasionally you get one massive spot and you think to yourself, oh, my day's ruined. Oh, I took a selfie and this spot ruined it. It's the same thought process of your skin's not doing what you want it to do and it's affecting you and your outlook of yourself and how you behave as well. For example, I've definitely found myself, even on walks, barefaced, I think about what side I'm going to pass somebody. Somebody's walking past me. I would rather they saw this side of my face because it's clearer. Sounds ridiculous, but it exists. It's there. And that's something that I'm dealing with because nobody really knows that. That's just one example of how acne can affect your actual behaviour and how you act towards others. And when you think about it, it is sad because you're like, you know, somebody could easily say, oh, you shouldn't let your skin impact your life or your brain or the way you live in such a big way. But in everybody's defence that may feel that way, we are made to feel that way by the society that we live in and the beauty standards that exist. Even in those skincare communities that are supposedly trying to help us and support us with acne, only now is it making that transition, because before it was you have acne, that's bad, get rid of it. One good thing about the skin positivity movement is that brands are catching on slowly. There are brands that let people know acne is normal, it happens, but here's a product to deal with it. For example, zit stickers. They are pimple patches that go onto the skin and just help you to stop picking at your skin, to help the spot heal. They're practically invisible as well. And it's just those kind of products where it's not like you need to get rid of this shit. It's more like let's deal with it, because a lot of the time you're going to have to deal with it. Actors, singers, celebrities in general have to deal with it, and they have access to the best dermatologists, the best nutritionists, the best everything. Now, I know this video is obviously about purging, right? And you're probably like, honey, talk about the purge. Acne can happen to anybody, any walk of life, right? Purging, in my opinion, puts acne on another level, because it's like, do I carry this on not knowing how long I'm going to be purging for, not knowing when this is going to stop and if my skin is even going to get better, because there's also the possibility that you might try this stuff and it might not work for you. And don't get me wrong, like I said, it's the gold standard, it's the best kind of stuff you can get for your skin. There's so many what ifs where it's just like, honey, I don't know how to navigate this. I don't know what I'm doing. A lot of the general advice is to give Tretinoin at least 3 months, but 6 months is even better. 12 months is often considered optimal results. I just wanted to say that I hear you when you comment down below and you tell me about your journey and your struggle with using Tretinoin and dealing with dryness, redness, more spots, more scarring from those spots. You feel lost. You feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's not going the way that perhaps it should. Obviously, this is a side effect, so it's not that this is abnormal. It's, in that sense, to be expected, but that doesn't make it easier knowing that something's coming, right? Because once you're wrapped up in it, it's difficult. And there's not much I can say to make it an easier experience for you, other than other people are going through it and other people will be below this video. I know it because I'm there listening, reading, replying, and there's so many people that are, and they want to just connect. They want to hear that it's going to be okay. They want to know that we understand, because I can speak from this point of view that my friends don't have to deal with this acne and this scarring to the extent that I do, or for how long I have been. So I can't expect them to understand in the same way that how, for example, it changes your behaviour and certain things. To them that might seem strange or silly or a bit superficial. But when you understand these kind of problems, it's so much easier to talk to people about the ridiculous things you end up doing. Personally, for me, my relationship with makeup got a bit skew-whiff because it was suddenly like I'm needing to wear makeup to keep up this face of I don't really have scarring or acne because look, I'm putting on makeup and that's how my skin should look. Flawless, poreless, whatever you want to call it. And that's a whole other rabbit hole, right? Of what you're supposed to look like, an image that you then feel you have to maintain with makeup. And as you can tell, I'm over that now. I'm past that. I wear makeup because I want to, because I enjoy it, not because I feel the need to cover, because I very much can go out like this and feel better about my skin and work on the fact that nobody cares which way I pass them or how they see my skin. Because one thing I can absolutely guarantee, you see your skin in a worse condition than it actually is. You see it to an extreme. You see it up close. You see the tiny blackheads, the pores, the scars that are honestly not even noticeable. Particularly in my case, somebody walking past my face can't even register my face that quickly. And this is what I'm saying by the fact that it gets a bit ridiculous that I'm thinking these thoughts. I'm not going to invalidate my thoughts. That's how I was feeling. That's how deep into this I got. But when I assess the situation and I evaluate it and I look at it from a realistic human way, I'm like, I don't really care about your face. It's funny because I said I'll put chapters down below, but I've just been rambling. I wanted to share a little bit of the experience with purging. You guys have seen the pictures, the videos, the things that I very much explain them as explosions, eruptions that just happen on the skin and kind of come out of nowhere, and it's a lot to deal with. And please don't be thinking, oh well, I only have mild acne so I don't have the right to feel this way, or I have severe acne so you don't have the right to feel so shitty about your mild to moderate acne, because everybody's different and it impacts everybody in different ways. So we need to respect that and be kind to one another. One thing I can say is that on this channel, with people's issues and whatever they're going through, I can tell that you are all genuine people that are just trying to heal their skin and make themselves feel better. And I 100% support that. Anyway, before I make this video too long, I am just encouraging you to write a comment down below. Be vulnerable. Let me know how you've been feeling, genuinely. If you've been doing anything a bit ridiculous lately because of your skin. Thank you for watching. I will leave a playlist down below for Tretinoin and purging video and my previous purging video like I mentioned. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye guys.